All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at Tuesday. Let's take a look at gold. Now, gold, we don't have a swing day today either. So market sizzling down. As you can see, yesterday was a bit of an inside day. As you can see, nothing really happened. Not a good place to enter, right in the middle of nowhere. Not the highs, not the lows, whatever. But I did say we should kind of wait into Wednesday. All right. So either way, with a swing day, we were either going to go up to fill a gap or come down to fill a gap. The market chose to fill the gap, and we're still sizzling down, which is good, which should bring us back to this. Okay, which we are pretty much there. So Wednesday is a swing day. I don't think there's anything we need to do until Wednesday for this one. If you're using the PST, feel free to draw this line. If we dip down into here, or if we open the day here on a Wednesday, unfortunately I don't have a price for it, but if you got PST, just draw your line and just take off from here. Okay, now tomorrow is a day where the market will probably shift, because today we've got events that may, that will bring the market to a level where it'll just want to change. Okay, so looking out for today to find a low point or a high point, depending on what you're trading. And then the market might start to chill out and find that price very logical, and obviously go with it. All right. So just follow it accordingly. Euro dollar daily, we have, remember, for this one, Monday, Tuesday as a swing day. And this MetaTrader 4 is a bit slow, as you can see. I don't know why it's slow with me, because yesterday I uploaded it to somebody and it was running just fine and smooth, but they're in the UK, so I guess it's internet difference. Now remember, Monday, Tuesday, okay, we said to the downside, so following this to the downside may be an idea. There's a bit of a gap here, so I'm still on the sell side of things, selling on the low of that. If we can figure out what that is, which is 1605, may be the way to go. So 1605, so it's not a bad spot, as you can see. 1605 is a weekly pivot, and basically, yeah. All right, so selling off from there is not a bad idea. Now, my time is 8:15 at the moment. So, 8:15. When's the next hour? Let's say 9:35, which is going to be 8:35 here. So there's still a bit of time. If the market mucks around here, and you want to kind of short it down from here, it's doable. It's doable. The thing is, once we have a situation, it's a situation, so it could just flow. All right, we could just have a muck around day as well. I don't know how to describe that in any other words. And looks like the majority of the moves that's doable somehow were done in Asia. So we have to be a little patient. If you want to do trading today, wait until 250 at least. All right, 250 my time, which is going to be 150 on the platform, because it's just a little dodgy. I don't see really anything that's, tickling me to trade. So you might just want to chill out, take the morning off. If you're in New York, you got to get up a little earlier. And then after 250, see how things pan out. ideally, the market should end up at the closing, right? At the closing, we should end up somewhere, which is nice. And tomorrow, Wednesday, Asia should pick up the pieces and we should have a reversal. All right. So that's the ideal situation. So if we kind of like dip down a little bit more, that'd be great. If we muck around here, then this might be a swing low Tuesday, okay, to push up. We'll cross that bridge when we get to tomorrow morning. All right, so it's a little tricky, as you can see. I mean, yesterday I said you can sell it, no dramas, because we're at the highs. It's a swing day, nailed it. Okay, fine. But when we're in the middle of nowhere, you see, like last week, it's a bit tricky. Okay, so be careful. SB 500. SB 500. So we had Monday, as you can see. Now that Monday, I did say from the lows we could go long. Okay, and whoopsie daisy. Why? Because we're here. But remember, yeah, we are expecting to come down because of all the gaps here. Let me just show that to you as well. All right. Okay, there's a reason I'm keeping these on and this on, because I'm expecting, at the end of the day, I'm expecting a big drop. Okay, and we should have it as we get to March, like from November, from like the end of well, let's say from November to March, we should have some shit hitting the fan. All right, so be careful. And the reason being is this breakout can take us all the way into 45, 47.50, which is 6,342, which is all the way down here. But I'm thinking out loud, that won't be enough. That won't be enough. So we could be coming all the way back down into this zone here, this 4,800 zone. I know it's a bit far-fetched, but if you look at the monthly on the 60, that's already 6,300, which is there, but this is hardly enough. This is hardly going to be enough. We'll see how things pan out, okay? But this has got room to come down, as you can see, and I'm not going to shift these, okay? I think these are legitimate, and I think we should at least get into this 6,300 zone, like on the monthly, and these should get stop sweeped, okay? This zone should get stop sweeped. If it's going to go up, then maybe it will, but personally I don't think so. The reason is, I'll tell you why. This is a good setup that's coming all the way from here, look. Okay, so now we're having a breakdown, and this, let's do this, let's not be lazy, and let's do what we need to do. So it's this chart here, and this, let's say, is there. Okay, and if I take the top, it's there. So if I measure that down, let's say from here to here, okay, we should come at least into this zone here. So let me just put a mark in there. All right, and I know sometimes people say, Marty, your targets on the downside are really like far out. Okay, when you're intraday trading, you're right, it is a bit far out, but there's no reason for us not to be smart and look ahead, because if the overall direction can shift to the downside, at least we've got a target on the downside. Okay, so we can put that there, and like I said, there's a gap fill here, so it should actually go lower. Okay, we should actually come into this low zone here. So we'll see how that pans out. And like I said, you should be careful, because once this starts to slip, if we close below this, okay, then any pull up, we're going to sell down into the zone, okay? Obviously, don't sell right at the bottom of an event, okay? If we go up a little bit, selling to the downside is good. This is bearish, it's good, okay? No problemo from our end. I'm going to keep that there. For the benefit of the exercise, I'm going to do this as well, okay? Because that was okay to buy. Now, yesterday, if you did buy, where should you be buying? You should be buying low, right? So let's take a look at yesterday's hours. Why do we want to take a look at it? Because if you are trading, because I've got indices traders, okay, 225, 325, that's New York pre-trade session, which translates into 125 here. Okay, 125. So let's get to 125. That's 125 there. And then I've got 225. All right, so between 125 and 225 on the platform is going to be on this bar, right? So as you can see, we're at the highs there. And London, okay, London sold off. London sold off 11:55 my time, which is 10:55 on the platform. And this is your 10:55 on the platform, right? So the high of Friday, pretty much, okay? London stop sweeps, sells off. New York follows through. And I said, if we have direction, it should continue to closing. And that's your closing. And that was the target I gave. Okay. So that's all honky-dory. So now I can get rid of that. So if we want to sell again, this looks like a stop sweep. As you can see, it's fast, like boom, boom. If you want to sell off again, you are going to have to wait at least to the daily pivot or slightly higher to close this gap. All right. And that's how you should plan that out. And today, because the hours are just sus, a bit tricky that is, you know, you can wait till like 2:50, 3 o'clock to see how things are looking. Okay. Otherwise, you know, I'm not sure what's going to happen. All right. If we should, because of the price action, I suspect the market should push down. Okay, should push down. And if we close below this, great, because then that's game over. We will then be pushing to the downside. All right. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. And remember, we had a swing day for all of them on a Monday, and turned out to be this way. Okay, here we are. Dow Jones. Okay, same kind of thing. 11 o'clock yesterday, and market pushing to the downside, so no big deal. There you go. So I had an up arrow here, same kind of thing. Okay, but once we break, we break. All right. So again, if you take a look at the trading hours, there was nothing at the lower side of things. You see how the market is like from this zone here, right? This is your calls. That's the calls bar on the 15-minute chart. It's a trading hour. Okay, London. Remember? London, 10:55. 10:55. And then the next hour is New York, pre-trade session 225, which is 13:25. And then I've got 15:25, which is 225 on the platform, is there. All right. So the zones, as you can see, it's like pretty like 1, 2, 3, 4. That's that. Okay. As you can see, it's just like that. And once you get direction, it's just all the way down. All right. So if you want to sell again, that's your zone. But this is looking like a runner. And that could just sizzle down. Okay. You're targeting on the dailies 30, 44, 6, 5, 3, which is even lower than these, which is going to bring us into this. Okay, obviously it's on the daily, so it might take a while. I'm not saying it's going to drop there today, but you can see the targeting is nice. I like it. Breaking below the swing. That's it. Just take it down. Okay, any pull up to the upside. Goodbye kiss at 46, 46,841. HCL1 46,701. It's already done it, but if it does shift higher into that 46 level, 46,841, then you could sell off again. Let's take a look at Nasdaq. Now this could go on until the next swing day, which is Thursday or Friday, and that could just flow down. All right, Nasdaq. All right, same kind of thing here. All right, so Nasdaq also turned into that. All right, we said we need to look out for this gap closure here, just shy off that, and we're here as well. So this zone needs to be you need to be a bit careful. Remember, this is on all the indices, right, except the Dow. SB 500 is at the low. Dow has got room to come down. Okay, it's broken down, but Nasdaq, SB 500, you have to be careful. If this thing is going to the downside, which it looks like it, okay, lower lows, lower highs, then just follow through. I think this is good to follow to the downside as well. I just wouldn't like to sell at a low PST level. On the weekly, let's check it out. On the weekly, you got room to sell. So yeah, sell it, because big fish eat little fish. If you're going to do it, then yes. Okay. All right. So let's, we can just push this down as well. This is on the weekly. Those target, the nearest on the weekly is 24,109. It could go all the way down to 23,743. All right, so from 24,109 to 23,743, we've got those three zones. We're likely to hit them. Like I said, we should come down. Okay, and that's how it is. All right. If we go up a little bit, where would you want to sell? If you want to sell intraday, like I said, you got to do it on the daily or the weekly. There's a bit of a gap there. If we're on the daily, weekly, you could sell it off Wednesday as well. As you can see, it's like a double bottom here, so the market's a bit excited to buy into it, which is fine, but this is not a trading hour. Okay, this is not a trading hour. It's 6:15 on the platform, which is 7:15 my time. Yeah, I wouldn't really call that a trading hour. So I'd chill out. Okay, if you're already in the trade and if you've sold, yeah, move stock forward, take partial profit, let it ride. Okay, but other than that, but give it some room to breathe if you're gonna follow that through. Okay, but the targets, you can pick them off like that. Just a bit of a drama, just selling on the daily PST at the low end. But the weekly's got room to go. So if we do retrace to the upside, you want to sell at the trading hour. I think it's okay to do so. Bitcoin, I said we've got room to go down on Bitcoin. So, and once again, remember the Bitcoin targets I gave ages ago, and I said we should be getting there, slowly but surely. But because we're doing day trading or trading only for a few days at a time, waiting for a trade from one day to another, like one swing day to another swing day, sometimes it's like a bit of a waiting game, or keeping a position open for a few days if you're comfortable with it. If you're not, you're just trading intraday, right? So me pointing out the possible lower end targets all the way down into the 90s, like weeks and months ago, is just to give us some kind of an idea as where we can get to. So if we have a swing day on the upside, we can sell, and we've got a vision as to how far we can follow it into. Because if you're going to trade, you need to have some kind of a foresight as well. Like, you got to see what's going on ahead, the possibilities ahead, so we can then match swing days, swing hours with price to a possible vision scenario. All right, my MetaTrader 4 is a little cocked up, so I will do this instead. All right, so this is Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the daily. All right, so this is nice and easy. Okay, as you can see, it's filling those gaps, like I said, and it's not a problem, right? We said we should get in there, and that's it. Now, Bitcoin's got a swing day Thursday. We're on a Tuesday, so we've got nothing to worry about. So until Thursday, this thing, this thing should be going through, right? 18. Today is what, 18? So we've got 19 and 20, right? Let's do this. So we've got room to still push to the upside. This has got when we come down, okay? So we can wait to come down in order to go up, but these zones we spoke about, so I don't have much else to say because, oh, come on, I don't know. All right, so I've got to look into this, but this is the bar. All right, so just make sure you're on top of your game here. I will draw it like this just to make sure we're all honky-dory. And it will do a stop sweep, probably. Okay. All right, so this is the zone we should be getting into, where the whole gap will close. And if you want to buy, do it there. And this is nice and easy. There's no dramas here at all. Okay, all good. So you can follow it through. All right, so this is on the MT5 because I don't have a PST here, which is a bit of a drama. Obviously, for me, I love the PST pricing. But until we get that fixed up, I just thought I'd do something here, which we can switch platforms and take a look at. Let me just double check if we are back on. Nah, the MT4 is still giving me dramas. All right, not to worry. All right, so this is basically how it is. Now, because we've dropped down a lot, it could retrace up a little bit, but still our swing day is going to be on a Thursday. So we've got 2 days for it. So it could go up a little bit and then come down as well. So don't rush into your trading. Okay, just don't rush it. There's gap closure here. If you want to buy at a trading hour and you're feeling edgy, that's the zone. All right, so they're buying here, but I suspect we should break and come down here, so I wouldn't rush anything. Okay, hope that helps. Any questions, queries, you can always drop me a line.